So Tokyo Game Show happened, and Inazuma 11 Victory Road of Heroes got shown off in a variety of presentations. Now I covered all these with reaction videos, and I was planning on making a general recap, summary video after it all happened, like a couple days. And then I got really ill. And so here we are, 2 weeks later. This wasn't really in the script. So I thought with some time removed from Tokyo Game Show, I could give you guys my honest review of everything that happened. There were 4 different events, I'm gonna say. The actual level 5 presentation, where they kind of covered everything. The demo, the whole gameplay demo, which we got to see gameplay of. And the Chronicle Mode presentation. Those are the 4 that I'm going off, and those are the 4 I'm going to review. AKA give you guys my honest thoughts on. And as I'm going, I can just generally talk a bit about Victory Road and what we saw. So first up, we've got that level 5 presentation, the one that happened on the 21st of September, and it was their big opening to Tokyo Game Show. Now this is one I've been trying to figure out essentially since it happened, and just figure out what I missed. Because I feel like the way this was marketed was it was meant to be the latest information on Victory Road, the newest information, and then we got nothing. As in all we got was like 2 screenshots we'd already seen, and the hosts just talking a bit about the game and stuff we already know, with a bit of playful banter that I'm assuming is slightly funnier if you know Japanese. There's nothing wrong with this, and from what I understand afterwards, this event was meant to be used in order to get all the general audiences up to speed, but it is a bit of a shame given how it was marketed beforehand. If there was any part of the event that disappointed me, it was definitely this. Which is a shame because this felt like the perfect time to give us some really cool information, especially because it was being cast in both Japanese and also Japanese with English dubbing. So it would have been really cool to get some great information. But alas, we got information in other events, so it's fine. Second up is the demo itself. We got to see gameplay of this on the Friday, the 22nd, and all in all, it just looks really fun. The main takeaways from reviews of people who have played it is that it's all a bit overwhelming to start off with, all the new features, but that it doesn't take much time to get used to it. Some reviewers did worry that it might start to get repetitive, which I can totally understand. There's a lot of little tasks that I imagine if you play the game endlessly could start to grate, but I guess it's a case of how much these tasks involve actually being engaged, or how many of them are just kind of going to be mindless after a while. I think the game itself looks good, which is really nice, especially after Ares didn't. And I like all the new gameplay mechanics. It seems like after all this whole big ordeal about whether or not there are going to actually basically be no special moves in the game, it seems like there's going to be even more special moves thanks to the Tension Gorge, which is really fun. And whilst I obviously didn't get to play the game myself, having seen what other people have said about it who have really enjoyed it, it's just made me more excited. Will the demo be released on the Nintendo eShop someday? I'm gonna say no. I can't imagine there's really any chance of it. Come on, this is level 5. I love them so much, but I just don't trust them with stuff like this. The game will come out on the same day as like FIFA or something and be absolutely overshadowed by that, and there'll be no marketing for it. I just expect these kind of things. But all in all, I do think the demo looks really fun. And if you want to see my full reaction, you can go check that video out. Next up was the Inazuma 11 Walker. Out of all the events, this was probably the biggest boy, which is surprising because, again, I thought the first one would be, but I guess it makes sense because Hino was in this one, and I do love they refer to him as like the final boss of Inazuma 11. That's cute. I'd love an Inazuma 11 game where Hino is actually like, not the final boss of the story, but like there's a competition room at the end, you've got Hino's team, and it's just like 11 Hinos, and then he absolutely whoops you. We've got a bunch of cool information here, namely the voice actors, which was like the main thing they were advertising for this, but then they decided to throw in some extra information, like confirming that you can have every character in the game at once. You don't have to do that whole thing where, oh, I've scouted 100 players, guess I've got to get rid of Todd so I can get Timmy. And they clarified a bunch of things about the gacha mechanics, or I guess as they confirmed, not gacha mechanics, but kind of similar to gacha mechanics, where you're scouting the same player multiple times in order to power up the big version of that player in order to get them to a hero rank, and there's like different ranks. There's a lot of team cohesion stuff, and it all does seem a bit complicated. Like, I think it's going to take me ages to wrap my head around it, and God, I really hope that they do a simultaneous worldwide release like they've kind of been promising, because trying to figure this stuff out in Japanese might be enough to kill me off. I love the idea of difficulty options, and I love the idea of all those cute little items. I think they also confirmed that in the online mode you do the qualifiers against AI opponents, which is a bit of a shame given how much they've been hyping up the online mode, but I guess it makes sense because otherwise it would be way too much to like try and coordinate, and I guess the servers wouldn't be able to handle it, which I don't know. It's a bit of a shame, and I'll be honest, I am slightly disappointed by that fact, but I guess any online is better than no online, even if it's limited online. I don't know. With that being said, though, this was absolutely the best event of the weekend. We got a ton of new information. We got to see Hino. We got to see Hino in some drip, by the way. These kits look amazing. And yeah, if you came to Tokyo Game Show for information, then this was the event that was going to tickle your balls the most. But there was one more event that seemed to promise news on Chronicle Mode. This was the Chronicle Mode presentation that happened on that final day. But Level 5 have tricked you. This isn't actually a Chronicle Mode presentation because they never ever once mention, or well, I guess they mention it, but they never once reveal any new details on Chronicle Mode. Instead, what we get is gameplay from Story Mode, which is one of those level 5 decisions that just completely baffles me, but I kind of respect and love. The gameplay looks really good. It's nice to see something that isn't the matches, and getting to see them walk around the locations looks cool. I guess it's still got that slightly unfinished, unpolished edge to it, but if that, you know what I mean, if that released today, I'd be happy. Maybe my expectations are really low now, though. Obviously, I'm a bit bummed they didn't show anything from Chronicle Mode. I would have loved to have learned more about that blonde-haired kid, for instance. But it's just a quick little gameplay demo. This absolutely satisfied me. The fact we walked away from Tokyo Game Show having seen the matches and having seen the overworld is just really, really cool. Again, my brain still can't quite comprehend the fact that this is an actual video game that will probably come out at some point. And so just to see any gameplay is enough for me. I know I might be really easy to please in that regard, but that's just me. There was one other interesting thing that came from this particular event, and that was on the Inazuma 11 blog, where they put up a post talking about the event where two voice actors, I think the voice actor of Axel Blaze and Arian, came onto the stage. And they put up that blog originally calling them the characters by their dub names, and then took it down and replaced it with a post calling them by their sub names. So now it's like, ooh, are they gonna get rid of the dub completely? I'm gonna have a video up about that at some point, just discussing the possibilities. But yeah, that was Inazuma 11 Victory Road at Tokyo Game Show. 4 different events of varying quality and varying hype levels, I guess. But all in all, I think we can walk out of it with our heads held high, going, yes, this video game is coming out, and yes, it does actually look fun. Obviously, there's the big thing that probably disappointed a lot of you, and that's the fact we didn't get a release date. And yeah, obviously, that's quite sad. There's no way this video game comes out in 2023 now, by the way. That is such a lie. The fact Level 5 have like 4 different games scheduled for 2023 is ridiculous, considering none of them have release dates. If you want my genuine guess, I think the game will probably come out like, I don't know, between March and July 2024. Maybe. At this point, I think the game will come out. It's just a case of sitting here patiently waiting. I don't know. I'm more than happy just to sit and watch fun little trailers, knowing that eventually one day I'll get my hands on it, rather than constantly worrying about, is it going to come out this year? Is it going to come out next year? Is it going to come out in time for February Valentine's Day? Level 5 very much have me by the dick at this point, and I don't think there's a whole lot they could do to let me go. But yeah, what did you guys think of Tokyo Game Show and Level 5's involvement in it, and Victory Road's involvement in it? Did you guys enjoy the presentations? Did you walk away satisfied, or did you walk away going, there's no release date, what am I gonna do? That's my impression of, I assume, most of you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. We're going to be back with our regularly scheduled Inazuma 11 programming, which I'm really excited to bring to you guys. Again, apologies for being MIA for 2 weeks. Illnesses really do take it out of you. But I'll see you guys soon. Bye.